picks for you. Perk, you're going first. You're looking at tonight's East playing game. You've got LaMelo Ball going for 25 or more points. Why?
You're damn right I do, and because he understands it, and he's ready for the moment, Shay. When you think about what he did against the Miami Heat, especially in that first quarter, he came out super aggressive. I expect that tonight he is putting his team on his shoulders, and he's ready to get to the postseason.
In the other playing game, I got Steph Curry going for 5 or more three-pointers against the Suns tonight. Come on, this is Steph Curry's bread and butter. He had 7 against the Clippers in the first playing game. He put the team on his back. Steve Kerr told us this is why he came back for moments like this. What does he do better than anyone else? Shoot the 3 ball. I expect Steph Curry to do just that, specifically in the second half. 5 or more threes for Steph Curry tonight. Stephen A., let's get to you. You've got Cat dropping 20 or more points tomorrow night in Game 1 against the Hawks. Why?
Because he's Karl Anthony Towns and he needs to step up because the Atlanta Hawks is a very young, talented team, but relatively inexperienced. And Karl Anthony Towns should be able to feed off a big-bodied Brunson, as they say, and take advantage of the Hawks. If you can't do it against the Hawks, why the hell should I expect you to do it against Boston or Detroit if you're lucky to get that far? He needs to handle his business. I believe he will.
All right, let's stick with the Knicks there. There was a report by The Athletic that Knicks owner James Dolan could make massive shakeup, massive changes if the Knicks fall short of expectations, which would include front office changes as well. Perk, and you've been talking about this all week long. Perk, would it be fair for the Knicks to do that if they don't make a finals appearance?
Hell no. Absolutely not. Front office changes? Why? Like, do you know how long it takes sometimes an organization to, and I know Stephen A. is about to come on here and talk about we haven't been to the NBA Finals since, what was it,
1973.
I didn't heard it so much, I even remember it. But James Dolan got to chill. Do you see the patience that Mr. Bennett, the owner for Oklahoma City Thunder, had with Sam Presti? It takes time. You don't just put together a squad and just say, here, go make a finals run. And again, I don't see what's the problem. Again, I'm going to tell y'all this. The Knicks are playing with house money. They are. Like, the best thing that happened.
How is it house money?
Because the best thing that happened for them was at the trade deadline, Giannis didn't get traded. Because we know Giannis want to go to New York. So if they...
He can change his mind.
He's not going to...
He can change his mind. I mean, this is the Knicks. See, that's how we know this is Beaumont, Texas kicking in. Not New Yorkers. I don't care how many games you sit courtside with Tracy Morgan. I don't care. I don't care how much New York love you. You understand? You're not going to do this. You're not going to do this, Perk. Let me tell you something right now. I'm very, very nervous. I'm very, very nervous that Giannis might change his mind and say, hell, you know what, just send me someplace other than Milwaukee, as opposed to the specifically saying New York. And here's the part that I want to say to you. Under no circumstances am I saying that Leon Rose and World Wide West future should be in jeopardy. They've done a hell of a job. That's not where I'm going. But you do need to make sure you let them know how unpleased you are or displeased you are in the event that they go home early, because trading that many assets for Mikal Bridges, you'd have had Giannis already if you had some of those assets. See, everything they've done isn't right. Most of it is, and they deserve a lot of credit. But the things that you've done wrong, guess what? Somebody needs to say so. You need to. We can't be acting like this is a honeymoon and everything that glitters is gold with the New York Knicks with Leon Rose. You can't do that. There are certain things that they should not have done. Right now, you got people wondering why Tibbs is gone. Mike Brown's got something to prove. You look at Mikal Bridges. He's got something to prove. You get traded that many assets for you. You need to be better than he's been. In fact, I'm rooting for him. I'm not rooting against him. But we got to call it like we see it now.
But if this is true, if they are short of a finals appearance, is it fair for the Knicks to make front office changes? You brought up the coach, Mike Brown. Is that fair?
I'm not saying it's fair to make front office changes, but I do believe if you're the New York Knicks, you can't get bounced out in the first round by the Atlanta Hawks and some change ain't going to happen.
I agree.
So then what is it? So then what is it then?
But I agree with that. But here's the thing. James Dolan is the problem. And if the New York Knicks don't get Giannis, it's going to be because of comments like this. Like, Giannis want to go somewhere with stability and structure and culture.
Well, that ain't James Dolan.
Yeah, but that
ain't James Dolan.
But if you're trying to land someone like Giannis, you're talking about a greatest top 5, greatest power forward of all time. a generational talent. You definitely don't want to scare them off by your crazy comments. Here's the thing.
Name my crazy comments. This is what I know that you
I'm talking about Dolan.
Got you.
Yeah, not you, S.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
He's a
I
customer.
know it's WrestleMania.
He's like, I know all about your
down there.
There we
And
go.
you want to go get your feet hot a little bit, but not with your little big brother. Look, but Shay, this is what I'm saying. Just let it play out. I think bare minimum, right? And it's going to be hard now because they're going to see Boston in the second round. But, I mean, conference finals, you know what I mean? If they fall short, if they get to the conference finals, then everything should stay intact for us. Just, like, go and survey and see what your options are. But, I mean,
let me say
our
this.
picks, you was praising. Matter of fact, now that I think about it, you was on set in New York when they traded for
Yes,
Mikal Bridges.
because I said
I was jumping up and down.
Yeah, because remember, they said they got Mikal Bridges. It wasn't until the next day that I found out it was there 5 picks. Yeah, I said they got big. I said they got Brunson. They got Brunson's boy. So I was happy. Not only that, Mikal Bridges can play. He's not a scrub. I'm happy for him. He's got a $150 million extension. I'm happy for that. The issue is that when you deplete your assets, you got to play better than he's played. And by the way, I praised with the Clippers when they got Kawhi Leonard. You understand? And Paul George. I didn't know that for 5 years you wasn't going to get out of the first round. And in hindsight, I'm like, well, damn. Things change. So we got to remember that. All I'm saying to you is this. Here's the key to the New York Knicks in judging them. Who decided that Tibbs had to go? Was
Great
that
question.
Dolan?
Right.
Or was that Leon Rose? If it was Dolan, all bets are off. Leave stuff as is because it was your fault because you interfered with basketball operations. You should have let things stand. But if that decision was made by Leon Rose, if the decision to trade all those assets for Mikal Bridges was made by Leon Rose, then we look at the New York Knicks with a far more critical eye. But if it was Dolan saying, Leon, do this. This is what I want. I don't care. And Leon was following orders, then all bets are off. Leave everybody alone and just let them come back next year.
Listen,
Period.
But here's the thing, okay? What's your expectation? To make the finals, win a championship, okay? If you couldn't do it with Tibbs, you can't do it with Mike Brown. What's the common denominator here?
Players.
Players, right.
Rosters,
Yes,
players.
the
The
roster.
roster. So then are you going to go out and you're going to, if you don't get Giannis, I mean, like, this is what we're talking about here. And a lot of people, this is a tough matchup. The Hawks want the Knicks in the first round. They wanted that.
They do, but the Knicks should also want the Hawks, and I'm glad that was a hell of a pick by you, picking Karl Anthony Towns to go over 20 because he should be featured. He is the most important player on the Knicks, and he's the most important player in this series. The Hawks doesn't have not one single player that could stop Karl Anthony Towns. I remember in 2009, 2010, we was in the semifinals going against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And Doc came into the locker room. He said, KG, you got Antoine Jameson on you. You're going to be the number one option offensively in this series. I need 20 to 25 FGAs out of you, and we're going to win this series. We featured him. That's the same thing that needs to happen for the New York Knicks. I don't need to see Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby initiating offense. They need to stick to their two-man game with Jalen Brunson, feature Karl Anthony Towns, and put him in position to get the ball so that he can be successful, and they're going to win
And
this
by the way,
series.
offensively, Mike Brown was brought here to make them look better offensively. We all know that Tibbs is a genius defensively, but offensively, at times, he has seemed a bit challenged. You knew you were going to take a step back, supposedly, defensively, with Mike Brown instead of Tibbs, even though they really didn't, because obviously their defenses looked good this year. The flip side to it is that they were supposed to be significantly better offensively. We haven't seen that. We've seen Mikal Bridges take a step back. We've seen Karl Anthony Towns take a step back. But it was supposed to be that's the regular season. We're figuring it out. We're incorporating depth, et cetera, with Clarkson and others. Now the playoffs are here. Ain't no time for all of that. This is supposed to be figured out. You're supposed to be better offensively. And if that is not the case, and the New York Knicks, who were in Game 7 of the conference semifinals 2 years ago, Game 6 of the conference finals last year, get bounced out of the first round, I don't know whose head needs to roll, but somebody's head needs to roll.
Yeah.
I can tell you that much.
Yeah, I mean, he did spread the ball out a little. Like, they did have more depth this year. Everyone got a little less minutes, which is what part of the reason that Tibbs was let go for. And so that's a positive. But now the playoffs are... Bye.